What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome to my Week 5 picks. We're feeling good. Week 4 went really well. Overall, 12-3, so we get that overall record way up, but what I really care about, those underdog picks went 2-1. Detroit almost pulled through against Dallas, made it 3-0, but we are going to change up a few things. I'm actually going to do away with the locks and mix it up a little bit here. Instead of doing, one or two bets that I really like, I'm going to rank these kind of by confidence. So for those of you that are betting on these games, you can see the games that I feel really good about. And just a reminder, guys, if you do want to play on these games and you want to get into it, there is a link in the description, referral link for Bovada, where I do my betting. Do gamble responsibly, guys, but if you follow that link, it will give you a match on your first deposit. It will give you 50% of what you put in on your first bet. So we are still going to keep track of upsets, and then we'll rank these either high, medium, or low confidence, and we'll keep track of how we do by confidence level. Let's get into it here. The Week 5 picks, starting with this Thursday night football game, the Colts at New England. Now, I initially actually was kind of leaning towards the Colts in this one as pretty big underdogs, but T.Y. Hilton is out. That is a big hit to this offense. A lot of drops from the other receivers. I know Zach Pascal's playing well for the Colts, but I don't quite trust the Colts offense to keep pace. I like the Colts defense as a bit of a sleeper defense, but not quite to the extent where they're going to go in and win a game in Foxborough. So I am going to take the Patriots 27-20, but I do think there is a world where this game, where the Patriots are 11-point underdogs, turns into a surprisingly close game. If the Colts won this one, I wouldn't be extremely shocked, but I'm not going to pick that to happen. Next, we got Green Bay at Detroit. Now, Green Bay is dealing with a lot of injuries right now. Devontae Adams isn't even practicing right now, so, I think Adams will play, but the receiver situation is rough. Cobb and Allison look like they will be out, still dealing with getting some guys back healthy on the defensive side of the ball. Detroit is healthy, and they actually played really well, I thought, in Dallas last week, despite picking up the loss, despite letting me down on that upset pick. This offense is impressing me. Stafford just continues to fail to put up 4 straight quarters of good football, but there is a really good version in pretty much every game for Matthew Stafford. I think we'll see that in this one. I'm actually going to take Detroit, an underdog pick this week, 33-23, mostly on the premise that Green Bay is just not very healthy right now. Let's keep moving. Giants at Carolina. Feel pretty solid about this one. Carolina's defense against this Giants offense that just can't really consistently put drives together. They've had some good moments this year. Eli's actually looked pretty decent, but I just don't trust them with that offensive line. I'm going to take Carolina to win this one in a low-scoring game, 18-13. Denver at the Jets. Was actually really surprised to see this as a pick'em game. The Jets, while they show flashes, just don't seem to have it all together. Costly mistakes almost every week. Denver, I think, is a team that, yeah, they weren't able to close last week, but I think they have more of a winning environment, more ready to go in and win this game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it'll be pretty close, but I am going to take Denver to take care of business. They are the better team in this one. Now we've got Atlanta at Pittsburgh. This one's going to be an absolute shootout. Now, I don't necessarily trust Matt Ryan on the road in a bit colder weather as I do at home, where they've just been rolling, but I do think they'll be able to move the ball pretty well against a really bad Pittsburgh defense. But there's only a couple defenses in this league that have it worse than Pittsburgh, and Atlanta's one of them. I think James Conner will have a field day in this one. I believe Grady Jarrett is out now. It's just ridiculous. Atlanta's basically rolling out their practice squad right now. So give me Pittsburgh. I think it'll be pretty comfortable too, 38-27. Now we've got Baltimore at Cleveland, and this is a historic day because I think for the first time I'm picking Cleveland to win a game on this channel. At home, that defense is going to play really well against a Baltimore offense that's been better, but I still don't trust that offense. They've got speed on the outside to keep up with John Brown, who's been pretty much the main reason Baltimore's been able to have chunk plays this year. Baker's had some moments where he looks like a rookie, but this offense has received a significant spark with Baker Mayfield, obviously scoring 42 points last week. So I think Cleveland gets a big win here against a Baltimore team that's kind of rolling right now. So that's the second upset pick of the week. And now we've got Miami at Cincinnati. Miami returning to earth a little bit. We saw what Ryan Tannehill is, and I think we'll see that again this week on the road in Cincinnati, who's playing really well right now. Cincinnati's got the better offense. They probably have the better defense. They're both pretty similar defenses, I would say. But I'm going to take Cincinnati 27-20 with a backdoor touchdown there for Miami. I don't think this one's going to be very close. Jacksonville at Kansas City. This one might be the game of the week. There are some good games this week. And this is going to be interesting because you have potentially the best defense in the NFL going up against one of the, if not the best offenses in the NFL. And then you can flip it. One of the worst offenses against one of the worst defenses. So I think it's going to kind of meet in the middle here. We should have about 45, 50 points in this one. Hard to really predict who's going to have the advantage here. It's probably going to come down to who dominates the line of scrimmage, quarterback play, just like pretty much every football game. But I am going to take the Chiefs. It's just hard to bet against them right now, especially at home. Excited to see how Mahomes looks against this Jacksonville defense. He started to look a little more human last week when he had to play that Denver defense, and this is going to be an even bigger challenge, although it is at home. So give me the Chiefs 28-24. Moderate confidence on that one. Next, we got Tennessee at Buffalo. Buffalo definitely looked like the worst team in the NFL again last week, and Tennessee's rolling right now. They got an under-the-radar defense. Their pass rush is really good. Marcus Mariota's getting healthy and playing pretty well, so I think Tennessee should take care of business. I don't think they're going to go into Buffalo where their defense has been playing much better and just light it up, but I feel like they'll kind of be in control all game. They might have a few scares, but in the end, I think they'll take care of business. 23-13 Tennessee. Oakland at the Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers, just a much better team. And against this Oakland defense, the Chargers should be able to score pretty much at will, just like we saw with Cleveland last week. But I'm only going moderate confidence here, 34-26. You know, until the Chargers can like blow out a good team, I'm never really going to have high confidence in this team because you never know when that inevitable turnover for this team is coming that can lead to a cover or, you know, just stupid football. So moving on, we have the Rams visiting Seattle. And while the Rams are absolutely rolling right now, this one does kind of feel like a trap game to me. It's never easy to go into Seattle and win. The Rams are like 7.5-point favorites. I thought it would be closer to 4.5 or 5. The Rams just had that Earl Thomas injury, so no one wants to pick the Seahawks right now. That said, you know, for the Seattle to win this game, I think they have to keep the Rams under 20 points, and I just can't pick anyone to be able to do that right now. The Rams offense just clicking full circle here. So a roundabout way of saying this, I'm going to take the Rams to cover here, 27-18, just because of that offense. I can't, you know, I was going to originally say that Seattle was going to cover this, but when I put it down, I was like, they can't contain this offense to 21 points and cover. So I think it's going to be 27-18 Rams, but I do not feel very confident there. If Seattle pulled this upset in a bit of a trap game and Russell Wilson just did some crazy stuff to pull this one off, I wouldn't be surprised, but I am going to go with the Rams. Now we got Vikings at Philadelphia. It's another game that is really hard to get a beat on. Both these teams really need this game. Minnesota probably a little more than Philadelphia, who is the home team in this one. But both teams have gotten off to really slow starts. These were, you know, consistent Super Bowl NFC picks here, Minnesota and Philadelphia. And they have not lived up to those expectations yet, though I think they both have the talent to get back to that Super Bowl level. So, big game here. If Jacksonville and Kansas City isn't the game of the week, this one certainly is. I am going to take Philadelphia, the home team here, 24-21. Could definitely go either way. I don't feel great about this one. Minnesota's offense has looked great, and I can't really say either side of the ball has looked great for Philadelphia, but I do trust their defense a little more right now as they continue to get more guys back every week. Next game, we got Arizona at San Francisco. Was surprised to see San Francisco as a 4-point favorite in this one. Vegas really is down on this Cardinals team. I thought the Cardinals played Seattle really well last week. They were a few missed field goals and some drops away from probably winning that game. Josh Rosen, I thought, played pretty well. On the flip side, San Francisco played well against the Chargers, but I just think Arizona is the better football team in this one. I think they're going to pull the upset here. I'm going to take Arizona 21-17 here and another underdog. And then our last underdog pick of the week here is going to be Dallas at Houston. And if I was doing a lock of the week, this one might be it. I feel pretty good about this. I thought Dallas played really well last week. I think this defense is going to play pretty well against this Houston front. Dak Prescott played well. They were getting an identity going. I'm buying more into this team who might be feeling a little optimistic. They might be getting Travis Frederick back in a few weeks. Get some things rolling and potentially get into the playoff picture here for Dallas. You know, that's pretty far down the road, but I do like the momentum of this Dallas team, and I just don't trust the Texans' offense right now. So I'm going to go Dallas in a tight one, 24-23 on Sunday Night Football. And then our last pick here, Washington at New Orleans. Now, I like Washington this year, but in New Orleans, I just have a hard time seeing them keeping pace with this offense of the Saints. So I'm going to take the Saints 33-24. I think this is a really good matchup. So that's going to do it. Let's keep this thing rolling with some good picks this week. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy watching football. We'll have studs and duds up tomorrow again. It's going to be late again this week. Cheers as always, guys. We'll see you next time.